Well, hello, friends. Thank you for joining me. I have a haul to share with you all today from a few places. I have been doing a little bit of shopping and replenishing some supplies that I needed. So first up, I stopped over to Etsy and I picked up some seam binding. This seam binding lot was a great value. I paid $7.25 for it. It's from Scraps and More Crafts. It's 30 yards. You get 3 yards of each color, and it's a assortment of colors. You do not get to pick the colors, and I was okay with that. It's a great value. Like I said, it's really good colors that I got. It's a soft seam binding, and I found during a recent tag flip that I needed some additional colors that I didn't have on hand. So I went ahead and picked these up. It's nice and crinkly. And yeah, right up my alley. Next up, I am going to share with you all the Spellbinder Small Die of the Month. I am a member of their kit club. I used to be a member of their card kit club. Which you would get a complete die set and the accoutrements to make a various array of cards. You would get stickers and things of the such, card bases, and yeah, it was a good value. But since they discontinued including the dies, I unsubscribed to that, and I am now just a member of the Small Die of the Month. I think you get a good bang for your buck. This month they have skates and they have a floral arrangement to go along with the skates, in which they tend to do quite often. Next up, I'm going to share with you all some things that I picked up from my creative time. So if you guys watched my previous video, you'll know that my friend had gifted me the mushroom house. And to go along with that, I wanted to pick up a couple things. So what I did was I went ahead and picked up the fairy set. She also gifted me the 3 3/4 by 4 3/4 card base. And I went ahead and got the accoutrements to go on that, which is a layering set, and I picked up the fairy set to go along with the mushroom house, and shown here are the sentiments that you can get. I think that's pretty cool, and I'm looking forward to using that in an upcoming project. Next up, I popped on over to Impression Obsession and I picked up the following dies. This is a little vine and it has like rosebuds on it. I thought it would be great for a layering element when you are creating projects and you want to add a little bit of detail. So yeah, this is what it looks like. Next up, we have the like a little pennant banner. It's just a triangle and it has an inset that layers onto it perfectly to give it a small shadow. Thought it would be good to create banners. Next up, we have some miniature cocktails, and you guys will know I just created some cards using some cocktail shakers, and this was right up my alley, so I picked that up. Next up, I picked up some garnishment dies, and they're really small in nature, and I thought these were great to... I'm sorry, I got ahead of myself. Next up is the hippo patchwork die, and it's just the hippo in which you can paper piece. So yeah, I picked that up from Impression Obsession, and I have these little small squares, and they married to each other, and you can like create small tags from them. Thought that was a good value. I didn't spend very much over at Impression Obsession, probably about $15, but this is the main reason why I popped over there. I wanted the snow globe because I wanted the layering the layering plate that goes onto the base. I was really, that had been in my wish list for a while, and I saw that it went on sale, so I went ahead and picked that up. Next up, from Amazon, I picked up these chalk markers. I needed a new set. I had been going through a lot of my colors in my old set, and now I went ahead and picked these up. They were relatively inexpensive, as they should be for the most part. Yeah, so I picked those up. Those were like $3.99, and I use those in my mixed media projects as well as when I'm doing paper piecing to add a little detail to the paper pieced items that I use. Next up, I stopped on over to Elizabeth Craft Design, and these two things were on my wish list. They were 60% off, and I was super excited to pick these up. This is a sweater die, and it has little sweater as well as layering elements. You can create a bear. There are some detail elements that you can add to the sweater. You can even use this piece here as a vest. It cuts out a few snowflakes out of here, and that cuts out a bear. Really nice size, and it comes along with a hanger. My other main reason for popping over to Elizabeth Craft Designs was to get this snow globe here. I love the size of this. It is a really nice size, about the size of my hand. And I like that it has little decorative elements as well as small little tags that you can use in your projects while creating. Next up, I will share with you all what I picked up from Hobby Lobby. I did shop their clearance, but I did not go buck wild. I just got rid of a lot of things that I had hauled previously, so I picked up these two-way glue pens, and what they are glue pens in which you can use to add glue to your project. When the glue is blue, it is in a temporary state. When it turns white, it is more of a permanent state. And these are good when you are using your die cut pieces to adhere them. I usually use, excuse my reach, I usually use the Martha Stewart ones, but yeah, this was a good value, and I picked up one of each. One is in a pen format, and one is in a more chiseled format. I picked up the foil rolls in red color. These were actually 74 cents. I picked up some green ones too, but I did not have those on my desk at the time. These are to be used with the gold foil pen, but they also work well if you have the glimmer machine. You can use those in your projects. I picked up this vine of lemon. I thought these were cute to go on to a project. Maybe if I'm creating a backpack or something like that, this would be good to cascade alongside those, or 5x7 card. Can use them in an array of manners. Next up, I picked up this magnetic glass mat. It comes with two magnets on the back, and this is great for stenciling. I do use the waffle flower grip mat, but this is a great value, so I went ahead and picked that one up. Next up, I went over to Simon Says Stamp, and I picked up the Distress Spritz sprays. I have already broke into these and used these in a mixed media project. You get 12. Well, the bundle included 12. This is the Twisted Citron, and I think these pair very nicely with their Distress inks. Now, if you have a spritz already, don't waste your money on these. These are just going to give you a little bit more vibrancy, but they can still be achieved. But the vibrancy can still be achieved by using an iridescent medium. Next up, I went over to my favorite things and picked up a couple things. This here is a little bit, this here is a little, I think drink decor die, and it just decorates your various drinks. This here is a little garnishment die, and it just not garnishment, Lisa. It's a garnish die, and it just decorates your drinks. Yeah, That's it. They have small little fruits in there. Okay, so this was what I went over there for. I had been eyeing this jar. This jar comes along with some fireflies. I saw someone use some Chai Bitronics and light the fireflies up. And you all know I was here for it. I went on over and picked this up. I am going to order me some Chai Bitronic lights. I might have some around, but I'll see. And I am going to recreate that project that I saw, and I'll share it with you guys once it has been completed. Next up from them, I picked up this mug. I didn't need it. I also picked up these sentiments here, and they are really nice sentiments. As this is a voiceover, I can't read a thing that is saying, but yeah, I don't know what it says. However, I picked up this trapezoid box, and I have this box. Well, actually, I have the layering panel of this box, and it looks like they resized this box and made it a little smaller. So the trapezoid box that they previously released, the panel they previously released, I thought I would be able to use on here to create just a wider size box. I'm not able to do so. Next up, I picked up this little stitch tag here. You can do some stitching on here. It's just a tag. If you have DMC or embroidery floss, you can have your way with that. Next up, I picked up this stamp set. I don't recall what it says, but boy, I wish I could see this a little bit clearly so that I could read to you all the sentiments, but I can't. But I do say this a lot. I love this for you, and you were designed for greatness. Those are some good sentiments to provide encouragement for people who need a little boost, a little push, a little, hey, you could do it high five. Next up, I picked up this glam die set, and I got it for gift cards. I like to give away gift cards in which you can use to kind of like operate in some self-care, like go get your nails done, maybe spend a day at the spa, get a pedicure, buy you a lipstick, anything that you could do to boost your morale. Sometimes we need that as women, especially if we're going through some things. Sometimes I just get up in the morning time, put on some good clothes, put my makeup on, and hit the door. I know that I'm good to go. So hopefully that provides encouragement for someone as they use a gift card that I will provide them with. Next up, I have, I picked these up from Paige Evans. You guys don't know this, or maybe you do, but I do scrapbook layouts around the holiday time. I actually do whole scrapbooks, and I sell them to a local scrapbooking store, and they sell them for me, and they're usually between $125 to $150. So I get a lot of bang for my buck. I don't mind spending nice money on dies that complement the scrapbook layouts. This one here was a really good size Paige Evans die. It's a floral frame, and I could put a picture behind there or layer a picture on that. Next up, I picked up this bunting die. I think this is absolutely fabulous. Look at these buntings here. They're all connected. Super fabulous. And I think this is a great die. You don't have to use it in its entirety. You can cut it up or cut it down in rows or columns. You can section it off. You can put a picture right on top of there and just kind of layer it up. I was here for the party for this one. It was a really decent value. She had showed this in her last class, and I could not wait to pick it up. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for tuning in here. I appreciate you taking your time to see what I've picked up. I am going to, I guess I'm going to show you guys a butterfly. And this is the fairy dye that I picked up from my creative time. I just cut it out and I'm sharing with you all, I guess, a project that I have in the making. But at any rate, guys, thank you for tuning in. I'm sorry that I had to do a voiceover, but oh my God, it was planes flying. The dog was barking. It was a hot mess over here, so I had to get this together. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I appreciate you watching. Have a fantastic day, and I will catch you on the next go round. Be blessed, my friends. Bye for now.